to the channel. This is Five Finger Tree Punch, and this is the Hardcore Series, Day 8. Actually gonna do all this week 2 in one video, because this week is all about mining. Need lots of cobblestone to get a wall up. So I'm just kind of prepping here for some inventory space. I'm gonna need plenty of chest room, so I can put all that cobblestone. I end up with a lot of other ores like granite and andesite and diorite, coal and redstone and whatnot. That's my main mine shaft. I'll eventually get around to making veins down the side, because I don't have a lot of luck finding diamond down my main shaft here, and I run into some lava here. That's one way I've recently died before, so at least this time it didn't catch up with me. So I just plugged that up real quick. It's kind of unfortunate because I wanted this hallway to go straight down, but it doesn't look like that was in the cards. So just had to make steps going over that. I'm gonna have to cut up the roof to make room to go over that, unfortunately. Don't fall in the lava. It's actually good that I did run into that lava, because I'm gonna be able to use that for smelting later. And those are the chests I put down, 4 double chests. I already collected a good amount of cobblestone already. And this is me just spreading out the all the different ores in that other chest. It's just easier that way, so I can just shift click all the things and do it. I also need to set up my furnaces, because I want to have a decently fancy wall. And I'll do that by smelting all that cobblestone. But yeah, it already got nighttime. Villagers still partying. Kind of just prepping for the next day, because I'm just going to get back right into it in the next day. So I'll need tons of torches. Now I need to make new pickaxes. Eventually I switched to just using iron pickaxes, because it's way faster. And I knew I was going to need a ton of cobblestone to make this wall. And that finished out day 8, and we're right into day 9. Just step out, I gotta check on the villagers. Oh, and the wandering villager's back. And he has nothing, as usual. I don't know why he's wandering around my house, but yeah. Outside looked okay. Just headed right back down, because I gotta do some more mining. Not sure why I'm checking the chest before I go in. I must have ended up with some more cobblestone. And I did get a decent amount of iron. So I basically, it's self-sustaining. I use the iron pickaxes, which allows me to mine more and faster. So I make iron pickaxes, and eventually I find enough iron to sustain that whole cycle of me making more pickaxes, but still finding enough iron to replenish them, and still ending up with extra. So any little bit of extra iron I see, I try to mine it up. Yeah, just get right back into the mining. And I kind of finished up that little session there. Did want to kind of highlight a little trick here you can do with the torches. You just throw them down instantly after you break one of these gravel. All the gravel will fall onto it, and just, you won't have to mine it up. And I found some gold there, so that was good. I may eventually use that to make some rails. You need those for the powered rails. Otherwise your rails are pretty much useless without powered rails. And that gold allowed me to make a clock, so that was good. Now I know what time it is while I'm down in the mine. It already looks like it's night, according to that clock. Which means that almost finished out the day, but yeah, that's the lava there I'm using, which allows you to smelt 100 items with it, so that saves you a ton of coal, because I'll need that coal later to trade with the villagers. They seem to only want to trade actual coal. They won't trade charcoal, which is unfortunate. But what are you going to do? What you do is use lava for smelting. And that finished up day 9. Which is part of the reason why I try to stay near here, so it keeps melting while I'm doing my thing. But yeah, this goes right into day 10. And I head straight back into the mine, because I'm mining this entire week. Minus, smelting stuff. And whatever ores I find. Just get those collected. And yeah, the mineshaf's looking pretty good. Went pretty far down here. I'm not terribly excited about running into gravel. It's usually quite annoying, but I wasn't thrilled that I wasn't finding very much diamond, which happens when you don't vein mine. You're not going to find a whole lot of diamond, and you're going to be doing a lot of mining. But I did find lapis. Lapis? I don't know the pronunciation. But I do need it for the enchanting, so that was good. I ran into that. And this is where I start vein mining. I try to go 5 high. I think a lot of vein mining is done just too high. Just to be efficient and try to cover all the blocks, but this just works out better for me because it requires less torches. When I go to the next level, I won't have to set more torches. So this is almost like 2 levels worth of vein mine here. Though I have seen some vein mining that starts from the very top and goes straight down. But I'm really looking for diamond here, so we're down here near bedrock, because that's where all the diamond's at. Or so I thought. I actually don't find too much diamond. But I do find it eventually. And there it is. My first piece of precious diamond. It's only about a 4 vein here, so it's about midway. I think you get anywhere from like 1 to 8, so that's about halfway there. As far as your chances on your size of vein mine that you could find a diamond, decent. At least I'll be able to make a pickaxe, and that'll leave me 1 left over if I want to go ahead and make the enchanting table, which I don't do this week because we're mining. And yeah, it looks pretty nice there. That's another reason I like to do it so tall, because it looks kind of nice. Gives you some headroom there. And that about finished up my mining for day 10. I just go back to smelt everything, which is good because it gives you a little XP, which I'll use later to do some decent enchants. And that's good about using lava as well, because it'll smelt up. I don't use it to smelt 100 items, I use it to smelt an entire stack. I don't like to throw in that extra little bit, because it just gets, I don't know, it's just like an OCD thing, I guess. I gotta have a complete stack. I can't be throwing in half a stack. And if I'm not there to throw in the stack right after the first one finishes, then I'll end up with a weird amount. So yeah, I don't do that. I just let it stop cooking, because it'll just keep burning after it finishes it for a little bit. But yeah, 4 diamond, not too shabby for day 10. Got plenty of redstone there too, so that's great. Just stocking up for the next day. Resupplying my torches. Gonna need to make some more iron pickaxes too. But yeah, according to the clock, it looks like it's getting pretty dark. It looks dark as I'm going up. So yeah, that finished up day 10. Villagers still having their raves at night. How dare they? And hopped right into day 11. And right back into the mine. And then fixed me up with some iron pickaxes. I don't ever enchant them, just because it's kind of a waste. Eventually I'll make a diamond pickaxe and enchant that. And hopefully it gets unbreaking on it so it'll last. Then I'll be able to do the same cycle where I can use that diamond pickaxe so long that I'll be able to find more diamond. But I won't be able to do that until I get a decent enchantment table going. And I felt like I went pretty far in that first vein there, so I went ahead and started second vein here. Still going with the 5 high here. And this is just me walking all the way back. That'll look pretty nice. See how far I had mined down during that whole session for that day. It's pretty long. It's maybe about, I don't know, 40 blocks deep there, possibly. And of course I needed some uniformity here, so I had to match the 5 high entrance. It was just kind of bugging me. I had to knock that out. And looks like I had some good coal there. I think I found some iron. I usually find iron every day as I go out. Not too hard to find iron, so that's good. It's much harder to find diamond, especially if you don't vein mine. So even with vein mining, it's still gonna be a little tough. Just loading up on these extra, I consider them like decoration blocks, but I do need those diorite blocks because I'm going to use that for the wall. It's going to be like little segments where I use the diorite and the stone bricks in between that, and then I kind of top it off with the diorite with half slabs. I think it looks alright. Yeah, let me know once I get around to building it. Stock up on torches there. I like to throw them in my like offhand because I could like pitch them on the walls as I'm mining without having to switch back and forth on my hotbar. Just kind of a quality of life thing there. And it looks like I got 2 rows full of cobblestones. That's pretty nice. And apparently I thought I had more time, so I like start to do another vein mine. And then as I start to look at my hotbar there, I'm like, oh wait a minute, it's nighttime. I don't realize it yet. Oh, then I realized it. I quickly back out, went straight up. Because I realized it's way too dark. And look what happened. I let it get late. I'm panicking, trying to get into the bed. My villagers have all been zombified. I'm just horrified. I'm like, oh my god. I purposely came to this village. It had a bunch of villagers. I'm frantically trying to get my bed because it wouldn't let me sleep in it because there's so many monsters nearby. So I placed it down slightly further away, which luckily was far enough away, but the damage was done. And that finished out day 11. And I wake up still in a frantic, going straight into day 12. I think I actually, normally I make a break in between filming each day, but these day 11 and 12 went straight into it. It was like one long film because I must have completely forgot about cutting the film because I was too worried about these guys, and I just had to put them out of their misery there because they were all zombified, and I was just like devastated. But there were still there. I've seen one in the background, so there was at least one, and then I take my frustration out on the ice for some reason. And yeah, supposedly if you hit this bell, they'll come to the bell or near around there, so I was just trying to see how many are alive, but there's 2 there, so technically I can get them to breed again. So I eventually had to look up some stuff on how to get the villagers to breed, and apparently you just start throwing them vegetables. So eventually I get to growing a large, I expand the little crop areas, and then I have plenty of crops to get them breeding again. And after my debacle, I go back into mining, find a little bit more diamond. Unfortunately, a little bit less here. It was only 2 diamonds. That was kind of lame, but you know, diamond is diamond. And any diamond you get your hands on is a plus. So I'll take it. And that pretty much finished out the mining there for day 12. Minus the frantic running around, worrying about the zombies attacking my villagers. And there was just one zombie in there. He just took out the entire village almost. I went around dropping torches everywhere. So hopefully, because technically you don't even need a wall if everything's lit to a certain extent. It's just the hostile mob generation is just so wide of an area. You don't really want to drop that many torches around where you're working. You could, technically, but I think a wall just adds a nice little touch to your area. So it's always something on my to-do list early on to get done, which is the reason we're doing this whole mining session for an entire week, because I'm going to need tons of cobblestone and diorite to get that wall done. But yeah, that finished up day 12. Unfortunately lost a lot of my villagers, but hope is not lost. There's still 2 or 3 left, and that just means I'll be able to rebreed them. I had to replace my bed there because I don't know, I just had to have it back in the same place that it was. So, and for some reason I think I need to call them back. I guess I was still panicking, just like making sure there's still a couple villagers left. So I definitely don't make that mistake again of letting it get dark. Plus I have the clock now, so I know exactly when I need to get back up to my bed. I think eventually I place a bed downstairs just to kind of, in case I cut it too close, I could just sleep down in the mine. But yeah, that finished up day 12 there. Headed straight into day 13. Sunny morning. No cows for my pen yet. Not going to do that this week. This week's all about getting the materials for a wall. Of course I'll need wood for sticks and whatnot. And then I head straight into the mine. Minus a little bit of farming for trees, but need sticks. And I don't want to use the coal, so I get a lot of logs and just burn those for charcoal. Because I want to save that coal for the trading with the villagers. Got my iron gear there. I'm never going to be able to take that cursed pants off ever. It doesn't even have even a little bit of damage on it. But yeah, did the whole mining session there. Got a decent haul. A little bit more iron, that was good. Looks like I found a good chunk of gold there. I don't know if that was from 2 days worth that I just didn't throw in there, but about 2.5 rows full of cobblestone. Looking pretty good. Plus I got some smelting already. Head of the game. Good amount of diorite there. It ends up not being quite enough because how large the village is. The village is spread out almost like an X pattern, and there's hills and everything. It's just gonna be a pain to build a wall for, but worth it in the end if mobs don't get in. And I can just run freely around the village. That'll be fantastic. To not have to worry. I also need to worry about lighting the entire area. But, oh, and I got a ton of redstone. I mean, if I want to make a really nice railway system, I could turn those into blocks. I actually start turning some into blocks now, I believe. And I usually just throw a block of redstone underneath the powered rail, and that powers it. I used to do redstone torches, but I just didn't like the look of it. I guess it's kind of a flex to use the blocks, but you end up with so much redstone, and I haven't gotten into a lot of redstone type machineries or farms, so mostly I just end up collecting a ton of it and using it for my rails. Don't know if I'm going to need a rail anytime soon, or if I'll have any reason to really go too far, but yeah. That wrapped up day 13. One more day of collecting resources, which turns out not to be all the resources I need. I end up needing more, but, it was a good start. An entire week's worth of mining. And I believe after I went and read about how to get the villagers bred or to start breeding. It said something about I just saw carrots, so I was like, okay, carrots. I can get carrots. I got plenty of carrots. Or so I thought I had plenty of carrots. I think you gotta give them somewhere in the vicinity of like 12 carrots or something, or 8? I don't know. I just knew I had to give them vegetables. So I start pitching it at them, and finally they pick it up. Like, oh yes, this is gonna work. Okay. There's hope. We can bring the village back. We can make it better than it was before. And then I went straight into mining again to finish out the last day. Started a new vein off the main vein. Is that right? No, main vein, and these are side veins? Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. And just did that up real quick. This is me just looking at how far I've mined down each vein. It's pretty good. Got a lot of cobblestone. Gonna need it. Every bit of it. Well, maybe most of it. Definitely need all of that diorite. I really haven't found much use, or at least not building wise, that I wanted to use for the granite or andesite. And I rarely ever use gravel for anything. I think I've already gotten some flint, which will be plenty for me to make a flint steel whenever I get around to making a nether portal. But yeah, that finished up a week's long worth of mining. I just kind of didn't want to get back in the mine, and I knew I needed more carrots or vegetables for the villagers so I could get them bred back up. So that's where I ended up starting a new one. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. See ya! If you like the content, be sure to give it a like and comment. It would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe to get all the latest videos.